Humble beginnings. The streets of Detroit were rough. But inside a small apartment, 8-year-old Ben faced a different kind of struggle. His father had left, and now it was just him, his brother Curtis, and their mother, Sonia. She worked day and night, cleaning houses to keep food on the table. But no matter how hard she worked, it never seemed like enough. At school, Ben felt invisible. While other kids answered questions with confidence, he sank lower in his seat, hoping the teacher wouldn't call on him. He hated tests, his papers always came back covered in red marks. One day, the teacher held up a shiny black rock. "Who can tell me what this is?" she asked. A boy in the front row raised his hand. "That's obsidian," he said. Ben's stomach twisted. How did they know these things? He stared down at his desk, embarrassed. Maybe I really am dumb. That afternoon, he came home in tears. "Mom, I'm the dumbest kid in class," he confessed. "I'll never be smart." Sonia knelt beside him, her hands firm on his shoulders. "Benny, you don't have to be the dumbest. The world is full of knowledge, you just have to read." That night, she made a new rule: only 2 TV shows a week. 2 books every week from the library, and written reports on them. Ben groaned. Curtis groaned. "That's not fair." But Sonia didn't budge. "Do you want to be like the others, or do you want to be great?" At first, reading felt like a chore. But then, Ben picked up a book about rocks and minerals. The pictures fascinated him. He read about diamonds, quartz, and obsidian, the same rock that had humiliated him in class. A few days later, on his way home, he spotted a black stone in a neighbor's yard. His heart leaped. He turned to Curtis. "That's obsidian," he shouted. For the first time, he knew something before anyone taught him. The books kept coming: science, history, the human body. His mind opened up, and his grades started rising. One day, his teacher held up a math test. "The highest score belongs to Ben." The room fell silent. The same kids who once laughed at him now stared in shock. That night, as Sonia watched Ben and Curtis reading by the lamp's dim light, she smiled. "God has big plans for you, Benny," she whispered, and for the first time, Ben believed it.